Good afternoon. It's a painful day for Arizona, for Gila County, and in particular, the communities of Globe, Miami, and Claypool, and the San Carlos Apache tribe. These are tight-knit communities that embody the Arizona spirit of neighborliness and resilience, and they're facing the unthinkable. Today, I declared a state of emergency in Gila County, where heavy rain and catastrophic flooding have decimated homes, destroyed businesses, and most tragically, taken lives. My heart is with all of these Arizonans, people who lost loved ones, people looking for family members and friends, people who had to leave their homes in a hurry, people whose businesses were inundated by floodwaters. The safety of Arizonans is my top priority, and I want you to know that as governor, I have your back. We are unleashing the full force of state government to support the people of Gila County. My state of emergency declaration directs critical state resources to support ongoing search and rescue operations, as well as cleanup and recovery. I've also authorized the deployment of the Arizona National Guard to support efforts in Gila County as necessary. In addition, my office has been in touch with the San Carlos Apache tribe, and we're prepared to provide support to communities on the reservation through the State Mutual Aid Compact. State agencies are working around the clock to support local and tribal partners. We have ramped up information sharing and coordination to ensure resources are deployed quickly and effectively. The State Emergency Operations Center is activated at Level 1 with 24-hour staffing from 20 agencies and more than 45 personnel. The Joint Information Center is activated with representatives from key state agencies. We deployed state liaison officers to support Gila County's Emergency Operations Center. We are supporting efforts to get missing individuals to safety. More than 70 personnel from the Department of Public Safety and 6 different county sheriff's offices are engaged in search and rescue operations. The Department of Public Safety has deployed ranger and drone support to aid in aerial search and rescue, with the Arizona National Guard activation on standby. The Arizona Department of Agriculture personnel are assessing reports of missing and deceased livestock. We're working to keep neighborhoods and roads safe from hazardous materials and debris, and to support local law enforcement and dispatchers. 6 hazmat teams from 8 agencies, including Mutual Aid from California, are addressing hazardous material incidents. More than 25 Arizona Department of Transportation staff and crews have supported with road clearance. The Department of Public Safety has deployed a 13-member team to support law enforcement backfill and increased call volume in Gila County. And the Department of Public Safety is helping provide relief to 911 centers in Gila County. Finally, my administration has been in contact with FEMA leadership, including Acting Administrator Richardson, and we're in close coordination with Region 9 Administrator Fenton. 30 minutes ago, I personally spoke with Secretary Noem, who expressed her appreciation for the state's leadership, the work of our first responders, and strong coordination between local and state governments. She also indicated that FEMA will be prepared to assist as necessary. I want to thank everyone who is contributing to these efforts and helping keep our neighbors safe. And I want to encourage Arizonans to stay clear of flooded areas and continue to follow local guidance. With that, I will turn over to Brigadier General Conley.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you for your leadership in issuing the emergency declaration. It certainly helps get us more resources to the affected areas so that we can help our community members. I also want to thank, as the Governor just mentioned, the dozens of other agencies, state, local, federal, that are assisting us, and the literally hundreds of humans that are out there on the ground trying to manage this situation. And speaking of managing the situation, I'm going to turn it over to our State Emergency Operations Manager, Gabe Levine. He can give us some of the nuts and bolts and details.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, Governor. Today is a sad day for Arizona, and our hearts go out to those who have lost loved ones during this tragedy. State Emergency Operations Center has been fully activated since Friday evening. We received requests for support from Gila County Emergency Management leadership. We're also supporting ongoing incidents in Mojave County and the San Carlos Apache tribe. Arizona's resilience and community strength is on full display today. Resources from across the state, our neighbors in Nevada, and our friends in California have been sending resources to support Arizonans impacted by these floods. State Emergency Management continues to serve as a unifying force in synchronizing and aligning these efforts to help our community. We have 3 operational priorities right now: refining the current impact assessment, understanding the situation on the ground, ensuring timely response for immediate need, life-saving resource requests, and posturing support for the eventual recovery. Our federal partners are beginning to arrive, and we anticipate additional FEMA support and coordination in the morning. As we move into the recovery, we will be connecting survivors with community partners and resources and services in those impacted communities to help reestablish the new norm. This incident is locally led, state managed, and federally supported, demonstrating the whole of government approach to emergency management and service to our community. All levels of government are working together to ensure help gets to those who need it in a timely and appropriate manner. It is an honor to serve alongside our agency partners and first responders working tirelessly to help our communities and those in need. Thank you.
We're going to have some time for questions. If you could please raise your hand and let me know the audio.
Just wondering if you all have a tally at this point or a rough estimate of how many people are missing and how many
So we are coordinating closely with the county search and rescue efforts. Obviously in Arizona, the Sheriff's Office is the statutory authority and responsibility for search and rescue. This is a dynamic situation, and they're still working through defining the total number of missing and the total number of fatalities. We don't have an accurate or complete number to share at this time, though.
Any other questions?
How many people are unaccounted for, and what are some of the challenges that first responders face currently?
So similar to the last question, I would reiterate that we don't have a definitive number to share at this time. To your question about challenges that the first responders are facing on the ground, as of 3 p.m. this evening, we had a second band of storms start to move through the area. So Gila County is experiencing several additional storm cells and storm fronts that are dropping significant amounts of rain in short periods of time. This has caused a pause in operations to ensure responder safety and make sure the resources are positioned to respond to any changes. Our partners with ADOT and DPS have been actively re-clearing roads as new debris flows in, and I think they've done a Herculean effort in making sure that state routes remain open so that additional support and resources can flow into the community.
Maybe you already answered this question, but I'll ask it one more time. When is the National Guard supposed to arrive, or have they already arrived?
Thank you. So last night, we started spinning up our aviation assets in the event that they were needed for any kind of search and rescue operation. It became clear this morning that the search and rescue operations were going to be ground-based, so I stood down the aviation assets. We also have on, but they remain on standby. We also have on standby hazmat teams that are available if necessary, but right now it appears that our civilian partners have the equipment and the personnel that they need.
Any other questions? Yes.
I'm not sure if I missed it. Is there a current death total for Globe?
Right now, we don't have a current death total. We're still waiting on the county to provide that.
Any other questions? Yes.
I know that you speak to all these different agencies that are involved, as ADOT or local sheriff or DPS. For those of us that may not see what goes into it on the back end, just how does that coordination happen of so many different people involved and knowing their own stuff?
So I think that when we talk about how Arizona responds to emergencies, in the West, it's very much so neighbors helping neighbors. And when we talk about mutual aid, that's the functional systems that allow sharing of resources between jurisdictions. Specifically for this incident, the town of Globe has stood up an incident command post, and they have an incident management team that is comprised of representatives and professionals from across the region, and they manage the tactical operations on the ground and the resource requests for the town. Those requests flow up to the county's Emergency Operations Center, ran by Gila County Emergency Management and led by their director, Carl Bedford. They compile those requests, push information out to those that need it, and when the county is overwhelmed or needs additional support, they escalate that support request to the state, which is what we're doing here at the State Emergency Operations Center. By having all of those representative partners in the room, we're able to solve the complex problems, sort through what the actual needs are, and then source those requests based off accurate information and the technical expertise that the state brings to bear.
Any other questions?
How can others help out?
So I think right now, most immediately, the typical messaging to the public about stay out of flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown, ensuring that we don't have any additional escalation in the incident or additional people that end up in harm's way. In the coming days, there will be volunteer reception centers set up. There will be donation management centers set up to help facilitate the flow of community aid. In the meantime, directing monetary donations towards well-established charities that exist in the region is the preferred method of giving if folks are interested in doing that, so that those donations will eventually flow into the impacted communities. We would discourage sending material support until those needs are specifically defined and donation management points are set up.